Hi everyone, welcome to my table and my channel, Journeys Through the Divine. For those of you who are new, my name is Raquel. I normally give tarot readings on my channel and little inspirational quotes of advice. Well, today is not a tarot reading. Today I have decided to do something new, and this is segment 1 in which I think is going to be an 8-week course thing. I am going to teach tarot. So for all of you who are interested in learning how to read tarot cards, not oracle cards, because I'm sure there's some of you out there that do read oracle cards, this is all just tarot. So if you want to learn and you're thinking about upping your game and doing tarot, because I know tarot can be intimidating. It is very intimidating to learn. There's a lot of stuff that goes along with it. But what I hope to accomplish here is to learn tarot, for you to learn tarot the way that I learned tarot. And I learned tarot within a month. And it wasn't, it takes a lot of practice. Don't get me wrong, it does. And it takes some dedication. But the way that I learned was fairly pretty simple. So I kind of want to spread that and break that down for you. So if that's something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button and the little bell. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a video every Tuesday. I'm going to keep it relatively like a 20-minute video at the most. Talking about tarot and what's the next thing that you should learn. I've got a whole itinerary of things and in the order that I did it. So each video is going to be something new about learning about tarot and or a new part of the course. And then on Thursday, if you guys leave comments or questions, if you have any questions about the video that I upload, on Thursday, I'm going to make another video answering the questions that you have in the comments or the questions that you have emailed to me if you want me to elaborate even more. So we're going to do tarot talk on Thursdays and tarot lessons on Tuesdays. So since it's Tuesday, this is going to be the introductory course to it. And I have a few notes here that I just want to go over. So I told you about how I'm going to put out the first part of the course on Tuesday, or the lessons will be on Tuesday, and then your questions will be answered on Thursday in another video called Tarot Talk. Okay? Alright, so now we'll just get into what I'm going to be covering in the course. I'm going to be covering decks, meditation, setup of your tarot sacred space, how to begin tarot reading when you go to sit down and read, the meditation, how you should meditate first, cleanse and clear your space, what you should have on your table, what helps you get into the mood. Everybody's different. Every tarot reader is different. Everybody uses their intuitive gifts in different ways. But these are just some of my methods that I use that help me and will help you find your own methods as well. Okay? Then I'm going to give a breakdown on the elements that go into a tarot deck and the zodiac signs that go into the tarot deck, because those are the things that you really need to know when you are reading tarot, and especially if you're an intuitive reader, that can help you with the messages that you're receiving. Next, we're going to go through the suits and what each suit is, what each suit means, and then we'll go through the major arcana. Then we'll go through the pip cards, the court cards, the numbers, and once you've got that all down, we'll go through combos and spreads and certain and at the end of each lesson, I'm going to give a little practice homework that you can do with the lesson, something that'll help you practice the knowledge. And then, we'll just keep going. If this works out and it helps you to become a better tarot reader, or if it helps you to learn tarot in a quick way, please spread it around to those that are trying to learn tarot or are interested in getting into tarot. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is this is just an introduction. Like I said, I'm going to do separate videos on each of these things. But I want to talk about decks very briefly here. When you're wanting to learn tarot, the best thing that you can do is to pick a deck that really speaks to you. And I recommend picking the decks with lots of imagery in it, because the imagery is going to help you as an intuitive reader get more in depth of what the card means and where it means in the spread. Okay. Some of my favorite, beginner ones, a lot of people go to the Rider-Waite, and that is all fine and dandy. That is the original, what a lot of people go for. Because it's got simple symbolisms and stuff like that in it, right? And it's just easier. It's easier to learn. So if you want to start off with a Rider-Waite deck, by all means do it. Me personally, I didn't mesh well with the artistry. I really like a lot of imagery, especially since I'm clairvoyant as well as clairaudient. So I like imagery. I'm an artist. So the Rider-Waite, it didn't really speak to me as a reader because it's more of cartoony instead of realistic, I guess is what you would say. So when I got back into tarot, I went by and I picked up this baby because this baby called to me, the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore and Allie Fowl. Now, Barbara Moore writes a lot of tarot books, and she's done a lot of decks. Seems like I've got 3 decks by her, but the art is by different artists. So she really researches her artists. But this one, it just called out to me the imagery in it. It comes in this case. Hold on. It comes in this case that's magnetic, so you can keep it. In the box, it has a little ribbon. You can pull your cards out, but it has a little slot for your cards. But it's pretty cool. This book has meanings for each and every card. Okay, and it also gives you some sample spreads, some practice spreads. It also breaks down tarot. It gives you an introduction to tarot. And what I like about each card, here, okay, so we have the Fool, all right? And it gives you a little saying. It gives you the core meaning of the card. I don't know if you can see that. It gives you the core meaning of the card, and then it gives you a good description of the card. Oh, a good description of the card. Okay, and a picture. Gives you a picture of the card, too. And a good description of it. All right? And some of these cards in the Steampunk deck, they also have reading tips. So if you're having a hard time, really connecting with it, especially if you're a beginner, it'll help you really, learn how to read the card. So this is a good deck. I recommend to a lot of beginners because it does have a lot of imagery in it. This is the card that drew me to the deck in the first place. And if you see here, you've got the High Priestess. She's got all of her little tarot cards. Looks like she's in some type of carnival or some type of circus freak show, and she's the fortune teller, right? So that really spoke to me, and that's why I got this deck to begin with. So that's one. All right, now another one that I recommend is another one by Barbara Moore. And I'm not all about Barbara Moore. I mean, there's other ones that are pretty good for beginners, like the Arcanium deck and the Tarot de la Nuit deck, Tarot of the Night deck, because they also have awesome imagery, and they're not by Barbara Moore. But I'm just saying Barbara Moore for this because of I just like the imagery and I like the boxes, especially if you're new. You know, you don't have to go out and buy bags and keep your cards in bags. I mean, some people say, oh, that's sacrilegious. I always keep my tarot cards in the box. It's a tool for divination. But, okay, so anyways, that's just my own personal preference. All right, so this one's got another magnetic flip, and it's got a little ribbon. You can pull and then it's got a place for your cards. And this book, the Wonderland Tarot, is awesome. It's got colored imagery in it. And, okay, so like take the Page of Swords, okay, right there. It's got the description. It means what it means through the looking glass. And then what it means for like when you go down the rabbit hole. And then it has keywords on the back of it. Okay. So this is another very good one to start off with. This one I bought for my daughter, and she was learning it. She got into it for a while, but then she lost interest. She's a teenager. Of course, she's going to lose interest. So she gifted it back to me. So now it's in my arsenal. Another one, this one's also by Barbara Moore. It's the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. And I love the imagery in this. Absolutely love the imagery in this. Again, it comes in one of those little magnetic cases with a ribbon. I think that the ribbon fall down in there, but and a pretty elaborate book. Now this book, it gives you the meanings for the card over here. It also gives you tips on how to use your own intuition for it. Like it asks you questions like, why is she wearing this? Why is that? To help get your intuition going. It also gives reversal meanings, but my advice when you're learning how to read tarot is to, when you first start off, do not read reversals. And you can tell your angels, you can tell your guides, I am not comfortable with reading reversals. So if cards come out upside down, I'm going to flip them right side up. Because you should learn the meanings of the cards first and what those meanings mean to you as a reader, or what that card speaks to you as a reader first, okay? Before you even attempt to understand why the card is flipped. What does it mean when the card is flipped? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, I'm pretty sure you all do. You guys are smart. So, all right. So basically, that's the breakdown of decks. You want to get a deck that really calls to you. Those three call to me a lot. So that's why they were in my arsenal to show you what decks to begin with. Because they are really good. The Wonderland Tarot, especially if you're teaching somebody that's younger, is a good deck to get, because it gives the break, especially if they like Alice in Wonderland, because it kind of infuses the elements of Alice in Wonderland, like the metaphors and stuff like that in there. So it's easier for your intuition to pick up on it. If that makes sense to you guys. Hold on, this wind keeps blowing my page. Yes, I had to write this stuff down because I did not want to babble and ramble on. So, where did it go? Oh, shoot. I lost my list. Hold on. Sorry about that. I didn't want to waste too much time looking for it. So, yeah. So, pick the best deck that speaks to you. And it's good to have more than one, because like when you're doing your reading for somebody and you need Sometimes you need clarification on things. And it's good to have another deck to clarify things. A lot of people say, oh, if you're a really good reader, you don't need to clarify. Well, sometimes there's more messages that need to be there. So I kind of disagree with that statement. But the reason why I say is use more than one is because, let's take this for example. Okay, out of the 3 decks I just showed you, I'm going to show you something here with the Death card. Okay, this is the Death from my steampunk. See how she's looking at that guy? And she's kind of moving away. She's got the sickle up here, like, I'll cut you. And she's moving away, but she looks a little sad that she's leaving. And death is like a symbolic of change, of like the old you dying and the new you coming through. And sometimes when that happens, we're forced to leave people and situations behind, and we can kind of feel nostalgic about it. So like this card out of this particular deck represents changing and being unable, depending on where it comes out and if it's reversed or whatever, because I'm a really good reader. Well, I'm not a really good reader, but I'm pretty good at what I do. It represents nostalgia and the need to get rid of that nostalgia in order to move on and move forward. So like that's what this death card represents to me. Now, death in this deck, it means that you're about to go through a soul change. It's like you're shedding, it's like the old you is right here and you're being lifted to a higher level. You're being forced into change, okay? And you're not looking back, you're going for it. You're going up. You're ascending. You're going to a better level in life, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean you die, but it means, you're ascending to a different level. You're leaving behind old ways and old values, but you're not looking back. You're going forward. You're changing and you're going forward, okay? So this one means nostalgia and needing to cut that out so you can move forward for your change. And then this one means that you're ascending and you're happy about this change and you're going through this change pretty easily, all right? The death in this deck means somebody that's so tired and so burnt out and is in desperate need of change. They're just wishing, they're praying, they're wishing for it. They're in desperate need of change, okay? So this is just one example. Like these cards, in different decks can speak to you in different ways. They can mean the same thing, but they can speak to you in different ways. So it's good to have more than one deck as a tarot reader. That's just my personal opinion. There's a lot of them here I have that, different cards here, like with the devil, and the 3 different things the devil could mean. And I laid them all out here, and I was going to kind of go through some of them, but I don't think it's necessary to do that. I think I will make a separate, I think that will be more towards in my combos video, towards the end of this segment that I'm going to be doing, or, class that I'm going to be doing online. All right. So it's very important once you get your deck. And if you're thinking about doing tarot, it's very important to start meditating, because meditation opens up your crown chakra and helps you to understand and read the cards better. It connects you to spirit, it connects you to source. So it's kind of like if I had a way to describe it, meditation is the key to tarot reading. Just like you can't drive a car without putting the key in the ignition, so meditation would be the key to tarot reading. That's my metaphor. That's what I like to use. So meditation is the key. You need to get on a meditation schedule. And I mean, you don't have to do it every day. It doesn't all have to be like I said in my meditation video. But before you start your readings, you're going to want to do like a 5-10 minute meditation of where you clear your mind, you ask your guides to come and help you, you sage your area, so that way it's clean, clear, and free of any negative or bad influences. You ask for protection, and you ask them to help you read the cards, to help clear your mind, help open up your crown chakra so that they can help, and you ask them to help you read the cards. And you always, always, always express your gratitude afterward. After the tarot reading, you always let them know how thankful and grateful you are that they shared that experience with you. Because gratitude gets you a very long way in the universe, just being grateful for things. But also, they're taking their time out to help you succeed. So, I mean, like, there's this common notion that angels, they are there for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's us. And they're supposed to do it no matter what. Okay, well, that's all fine and dandy, but I'm sure they have feelings too. I'm sure they want to, even though they're laser focused on one set job, sure they have feelings too. So it's good to express your gratitude. Setup and breakdown, that kind of goes along with meditation. I think I'm just going to click that into one video, but I'm going to just be discussing on like good meditation techniques in that segment, and how to set up, your sacred space, and how to clear yourself, and how to unclear yourself, or to clear yourself again. You have to clear yourself before and after you do your readings, because you have to make sure you're protected, because you're working with spirit and you're working with other people's energies, and you don't want those energies to get stuck to you and you to take them away from the reading. So it's very important to cleanse and clear yourself before reading, and to cleanse and clear yourself after a reading. If you're not doing the proper protection, then you can get nasty things stuck to you, and it's not very good. So I'm going to do a video on that as well. And next I'm going to do another video, and I think I'm going to combine them as well, on the elements and the zodiac, okay? Because there are 4 different suits in the tarot deck, and there are 4 elements. There's fire, there's water, and you all know air and earth, okay? If you know your zodiac sign, I'm sure you know whether you are a water sign, a fire sign, an air sign, or an earth sign. If you don't, you just got to study them. These are the air signs, or the fire signs. These are the fire signs. So we got Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, so I'll be going over what their energies are, what they're about. Okay, for the fire sign, I think I might do 4 different videos for these, and I will also show you what tarot cards equate with these, because this is what you want to learn. This is what you want to learn before you start tarot. This is what I learned before I even bought a tarot deck. This is what I learned. I learned the zodiac and the elements. And I think that's why it was so easy for me to pick up on tarot, is because I already knew the zodiacs and what each zodiac was about and what element they were equated to. All right. So that's going to be a segment in there, and I will show you that as well. I might have to do 2 days. I might do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. with this, and then do tarot talk on Thursdays. So yeah, just hit that bell. Okay, so then after that, I'm going to go through the suits, okay? The suits and the pip cards. I'm going to make those one video, suits and pip cards. And then I'm going to do the major arcana cards in one video. Talking about, like, the Fool, what does that mean? Death, how you can use your intuition to interpret that card and stuff like that. I can tell you what the cards mean, but it's really you just using your own intuition and practicing with it. Next, numbers. I'm going to get into numbers and what the numbers mean, because the pip cards each have different numbers. I think I might put the numbers with the pip cards and the suits. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break that down in one video. And then then I'm going to do spreads and practices, like what you can do to practice. And maybe after I put out all these videos, maybe I will do another video to see how you guys are doing, how you guys are coming along. I don't know. I just got the urge, and I just had a dream last night that I was teaching tarot. So I woke up this morning, and my guides are all like, make a video about it, do it, go for it. And they pushed me for it. So this is what I'm doing. I'm flying by the seat of my handle right here. But you know what? I have faith because they've never misguided me. But anyways, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And if you are interested in getting a new video on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and on how to read tarot, if that's something you're interested in, click that subscribe button and click that little bell so you know when I upload the video. And I will be uploading them every Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, that's it. If there's any comments or any questions, please put them in the comment section below. And then when I do tarot talk on Thursday, I will answer them. Also, if you have any questions about this, or if you have any suggestions, you can also email me. My email is also in the description box. And we'll see how this goes. We'll see how successful this is. Okay? My goal is to make you be an awesome reader within a month and a half. All right? Well, bye. Till next time.